I'm an Italian rapper. Now I try to explain and tell my story in English, but my English is not perfect. Sometimes I make errors, but no problem. The people feel me every time. Okay? No problem for me. Okay, I start to write lyrics, to write rap music in the early 90s in Italy. Maybe I'm not a pioneer, because before my generation, it's one generation really built the hip-hop scene in Italy. And this is a funny story, because in Italy, don't listen hip-hop music in the radio, in the streets, in this period. The historical music in Italy, it's melodic music, like O Sole Mio. It's in Italy have a strong traditional music, the Italian music. And it's hard to start to create a new musical movement like rap music and the hip-hop music. The first thing is this. When I start and all the rappers start, the people in Italy say, you act like Americans. You want to act like an American guy. I dress with my baggy pants, but the people say me, you're not Italian. You want to act like an American guy, but this is not real. I want to act like a hip-hop guy. And this is universal. I dress like an American rapper. My songs have the same sound, the same beat, but I talk about my society, my reality. The hip-hop music is full of stereotypes. And the people in Italy have a lot of prejudice about the rap music. The rap music is talk about only guns, violence, called the girls, understand? Yeah? But rap music for me, it's a meaning. It's a meaning to express. Without money, without big cars, without clothes, chains, it's a meaning, it's a language. Like the movies, like the cinema. For example, you see a horror movie, it's not possible to think all the cinema is horror. And it's the same with the rap music. You listen, for example, gangsta rap for the first time, you think, this is rap. No, this is one style of the rap music. But without this, it's a meaning. And now, I'm a teacher in some schools with rap music. Rap music really changed my life. Because when I'm young, when I'm a kid, I have a lot of issues in my family, a lot of problems. My father going in jail. My father is an immigrant from Egypt. Know my mother in the early 70s in Italy. This is a strange story in Italy in this period. Real pioneer of the mixed couple. But when I have these issues, this problem, I don't talk. I don't talk. I go to school, and the teachers say in Italy, the work of your family. I invent the work of my father, because my father is a drug trafficker. I invent. My father worked around the world with an airplane, traveling. This is not real. My father in jail. And I don't talk. I close this negativity in my mind and in my body. But the first time I listen rap music, I listen a song of Run DMC, this changed my life, because I think, wow, now I start to talk about my life. For me, it's more easy to talk about the problems, the issues with rap music than to the talk with people, right? And start when I have 17 years, 16 years, the picture on this poster. Where is it, the poster? 2000. In 2000, I'm a children, really. Yeah. Now I have 39 years and I have a son of 17 years, the same age. And I start to write songs about my ego, like some rappers. I'm a king. You know my style is better than your style. This. Because when I'm a kid, when I'm a children and rapping, I don't want to talk about my real life. For me, the hip-hop culture is this, create me a second life. I change my name with my tag in the night, go in the subway and write my name on the trains, on the walls. I have a crew. This is good for kids like me, because in the hip-hop, the people don't judge you about your money, your clothes, but only your style. You have style, you go in a cipher, the cipher when people rapping, your style is good, wow, it's better. You enter in the hip-hop, but you don't have style, and maybe you have a $300 shoes. This is not important in the hip-hop. Okay, this is skills, only this. With the voice and the beat, and you tell your story. And I start, and now, in 20 years, I write maybe 200 songs. Go on Spotify and search my songs. Amir, Issaa, 200 songs. A lot of stories. Now, I don't know, non so più di che parlare nelle canzoni. I don't know to talk about in my songs, because I talk a lot. About the life change, and maybe I write songs when I have 99 years, I don't know. I write. Now it's different, because now I don't compete with other rappers in Italy, because it's changed a lot. The scene, the sounds. I'm a historical rapper, I have 39 years, and the rappers now in Italy have maybe 17 years. And it's different style, different lifestyle than me. But I love the new hip-hop scene, the new cats. I listen a lot, yeah.
A quick little introduction so that you kind of know what Amir is doing, kind of where he's coming from. I had a chance to sit with Amir yesterday during the Platform Collections podcast, which I hope you'll be able to check out in mid-April. And it was super exciting to me. I've gotten a chance to peep a lot of different podcasts, and I thought that Amir was incredibly honest. I think that's something that's real dope about him. It's like, he's not trying to put his bravado first. He's not trying to be machismo or the typical rap character. And you could probably fit in better if you were being fake, but you're being real.
Yeah.
And it really comes through. This is Amir's manager. He's out here. They're both out here for 2 weeks. And just to kind of introduce you to something, this is how far art goes. Ready? Flavio, I was talking to you yesterday. How many years of English classes did you take to learn English?
No English classes for me to learn English. Just only French, and then listen hip-hop music, listen heavy metal music, listen hardcore music, from the 80s till now. So I try to learn something in English and speak with words around Europe, in French, in London, and with Amir too. So, sorry for my bad English, and I would like today talk about the European context for hip-hop and the urban music spot. There's a lot of difference because there are two main markets, England and French, and some markets that growing up, like Italy. But there is a strong difference between England, French, and Italy, and for sure it is coming from the immigration. We have to look like a century ago to understand now the problem that Europe has like far right, like fascists, like migrants coming into the Europe from Africa, and the society. And the hip hop now, in the last 10 years, has made a strong masterpiece for the young generation, because everything is hip hop. It's like USA. Codes, languages, styles, girls and male are the same in London and in Rome. But the history of our industry, music industry, is different, because England and France, for example, had an history of post-colonialism, you know what I mean? So England lost imperium after the World War, and is a good, interesting book named Black Atlantic. Is Paul Gilroy wrote this one. It's very, very interesting because he talked about diaspora. The black diaspora is not only from Africa to United States or Caribbean, but it's very interesting that after the imperial broke, and the diaspora of Atlantics, so from Caribbean till England, with culture, with the sound system, and all the stone who made the first urban movement in England, very close to reggae music, no? And this in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 70s, made all everything that we see now a millionaire market. Like, I think 8 of 10 artists in the English charts are black or are Indian. And the same is happening in French, with a difference, because French is strong in Africa, as Algeria, Morocco, Egypt in English, Morocco, Algeria, so they lost all war during the 60s, so a lot of people coming French in the suburb called banlieue, and Paris and Marseille, and that they are now the third and the fourth generation who born in French or in England. So in the 90s, when our market, of Amir market, is too small in Italy, nobody listen hip hop. In the 90s, in French, it's very important for the second generation, the urban music. Now after 20 years, they are millionaire markets, because in the last 20 years, the global languages of hip hop, I think, is totally global. So our market is growing, but them market, England and French, are very, very, very millionaires. Yeah. So a lot of
United States, maybe.
more than United States, maybe Europe. So German, England and French, all of that make more money than United States market. I think it's probably.
Real fast. So, did French rap bridge from American rap to Italy rap, to Italian rap?
No, it's totally off, because they bring some culture from Morocco, from Arab sounds,
North Africa.
North Africa sounds, and speaking with French languages.
Yes.
And there's a trick, word tricks.
Yeah. The problem in Italy, the people don't have culture about hip-hop. Maybe listen one group and think, oh, the hip-hop is this, it's against the government. This is not real, because in the early 80s, in the Bronx, make party. Make party.
That's where it started at.
Yeah, for entertainment. I think the rap music is not for politics, it's not for party, it's a language. And you talk about what you want. Your life, your dreams, your family, your friends, the reality you live every day.
Do you do party records? When you put out an album, are
Yeah.
there party records on there as well as political records?
No, I make party songs sometimes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
talk about my life, and my life is not only activism, it's not only talk against the races. This is important things in my life. But sometimes I wake up, walk in the street, see a beautiful girl, wow, and I wanna tell this.
Right.
This is not political, this is life.
Right.
This is normal life. I think the rap music don't have rules about the content.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about what you want.
Mm-hmm.
This. And in different country of the world, I think the keep it real is important.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about your real life.
Right.
A lot of rappers in Italy, when the rap music starts, try to imitate the rappers in the United States. And this is a stupid, stupid thing. Because you live, for example, in Firenze, in Florence, and you talk about the ghetto, guns, big cars. This is not real. You don't live in the South Bronx. Right? Maybe I dress, maybe the clothes, yes, maybe the style, the movement, dancing, but the content, for me, is important. You talk about your real life and the society around you.
Right. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
You gonna say something, Flavia?
No, just in the 90s when we are younger, if you go to the south, in the south, everybody look like West Coast.
Yeah, this is a funny
Because it's
story.
sunny.
This is a funny story.
Yeah, so-
I'm from Rome, and when I start to rap, it's my sound and the sound of my crew. The name of my crew is Rome Zoo. Okay, Rome Zoo, because you remember the song Brooklyn Zoo of the Wu-Tang Clan. But why? Why? Because associate Rome, big city, cars, streets, with New York.
Right.
Similar.
Right.
It's not similar. It's totally different. But when I was a kid, me and my friend, yeah, we live in a big city like New York, and talk about this. The people living in south of Italy, in Sardinia, in Sicily, near the sea, rapping in West Coast U.S. style. Really.
With big
Dress
bandana.
dress like the
The
gang.
Tupac bandanas?
They like
Yeah.
to pack this. Like to pack bandana. Really. Really. And I try to act like a Snoop Dogg. Like, I don't know. Like the US rappers in the West Coast. This. But I think the important thing in this conversation is this. Musical style born in the USA in the early 80s. Now it's a language all around the world. All around the world. And this is universal. For me, it's like a family. When I meet Parker Edison for the first time, Parker is a rapper. It's like my friend. Talk about the same situations. And you think this. Now, a guy like me when I was kid, a children, in a small room, in a suburb, in a ghetto, around the world. Germany, Belgium, France, Japan, I don't know. Try to tell your life with rhymes. And this is revolutionary music, because without instruments, without money, without nothing, only your voice, your mind, a pen, and a piece of paper. Oof.
That's heavy.
Yeah. Deep.
It is deep. let me ask you this, man. I remember in 1995, actually 1991, you could walk anywhere in San Diego, anywhere in LA, and you would hear Dr. Dre's Chronic.
Yes.
In 1995, you would hear Snoop's Doggy Style, right? What albums made it over to Italy that were American, that just
Yeah.
everyone knows the words to in Italy? Right?
Yeah. Maybe Nas Illmatic, Wu-Tang Clan, all the classical albums from the 90s. In Italy, this is the sound. The sound tried to imitate in this period.
Gotcha.
Now it's different. Now the people rapping in Italy, for example, imitate a lot France, Germany. It's different style. But I think in this period it's hard, because without internet, you imagine a world without internet. And you live in Italy, and you in the 80s, and you love hip-hop culture. It is real hard. Maybe I know, I live in Rome. maybe I know in Milan exists a shop with one album. I go with the train, with my friends, for buy this album and pay, for example, 100 euro. Yeah, I pay, because it is the only possibility for me. But the situation changed with this, with the fanzine, with the underground movement. And in the 90s, in Italy, a lot of parties, a lot of situations, because the only possibility is meet the people for real, not on the social media.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
for real. And you don't have knowledge, you don't know the story of the hip-hop, the hip-hop scene don't accept you. And I'm an expert, really.
Right.
I'm an expert, why? Because in this period, it's the only possibility for me to enter in the scene.
Right.
You don't know the name of the first album of Eric B. and Rakim? No, you're a sucker. Yes. Now it's totally different. Now the people have internet and potentially,
Know everything.
yeah, potentially it's possible to know all the hip hop, all the story of the hip hop, but the people don't know nothing. I talk with the young guys and don't know nothing. Why? I don't know. My son has 17 years, but my son is lucky because when he's kid, I start to listen.
Right.
Nas, Notorious B.I.G. My son say, Dad, I want to listen Italian rap.
Right.
No, not possible. Listen the classics, Biggie, Nas. After, now,
Right.
my son start to listen Italian rap music I don't know. And sometimes Niccolò, the name of my son, Niccolò, what you listen in your iPod?
Yeah.
I listen and, what? I don't know. Change the situation, the generation. But for me, it's important you know the classics.
Right.
The story. You talk about, this is hip hop, but try to imagine other. You love soccer, you love soccer, and you don't know the story of the soccer. For example, you say, I'm fan of the soccer, and you know only the United States soccer. Now, you study the story in England, in Brazil, Maradona,
That's
right?
crazy.
Pelé,
Yeah.
the famous.
Yeah.
It is the same with the hip hop. You love hip hop, it's not possible you know only the hip hop from the last 5 years.
Right. You got to know the whole
Oh,
and where it came
it's
from.
a
to
long
get there.
story, yeah.
Because we were talking yesterday, and you were saying, even just now, you touched on not having the internet to get records, which meant you had to just be out there searching, finding people who had the records. And you said, I think yesterday, you said that you had a mixtape
Yeah.
from a DJ
Yeah,
in Rome,
from a different Rome. Yeah.
and it's all international
Yeah,
artists.
but in this period, in the 90s, a lot of people, DJs, create mixtapes and invite the rappers in Rome and Milan, national, and this is like internet. The fanzine, like AL in the archives, because Clarissa have in the archives of the Circle Italian at the San Diego State all the collection, all the numbers of this magazine.
Yeah.
I don't have. In Italy, I don't know really. I don't know a friend or a journalist have all the numbers of this magazine. And Clarissa have this. In San Diego State.
They have everyone that's from the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
The last Tupac article
Yes.
is
yes.
in that magazine. So the last Tupac article didn't take place
Yes.
in the U.S. The last
Really?
thing that he said
Yes.
is in that magazine, which is on the campus. That's crazy.
Yeah, because a lot of hip-hop artists from the US traveling around the world for a tour, and when arrive in Italy, journalists ask interview, and in this magazine, a lot of interview of the American rappers,
Right,
the
right.
US rappers, yeah.
Cats that we didn't even know at that time were that big.
Yeah, but in Rome, when I'm a kid, I see Public Enemy, Run DMC, Naughty by Nature, Ice Cube, Beastie Boys, a lot of US rappers.
I got a question, and I like to ask this because whenever you interview people, they ask you for stuff that you like. I'm gonna ask you both. What's an American rap song that you always hated?
Hated?
Hated that you're like, I never liked that song.
Hated, I think this. I never hate because for me, I think this. Every song is good in a particular moment of my life. This. The hip-hop music is have a lot of different vibrations, different sounds. Sometimes, for example, Migos, I think this is stupid rhymes. But sometimes, for example, I'm funny with my friends, drink, and I listen to Migos and I dance. It's a stupid thing, but in this moment, it's good for me. I don't want to listen in this moment Public Enemy.
Right.
When I wake up, I don't know, listen, for example, when I wake up, MOP, Cold as Ice.
Yeah.
Boom. And start my day.
Yeah.
Like a lion, okay?
Yeah.
In the night, for example, listen West Coast music. Okay? Chilling. I think this.
I feel you. I feel you. That's big because I don't know where I was, but somebody was telling me this story and they were like, you have to listen to music in the you have to listen to music in the place that the person created it to be heard. On a tangent, it's 444. Shout out Jay-Z. If you like they said Sade, this cat was like, I used to listen to Sade by the water and it sounded completely different because maybe the tempo subconsciously included the water. So the person told me you have to listen to music where the person, you have to listen to it.
One song, Laffy Taffy. I hate this. I hate this song. Yeah.
I remember that.
For example, this song for me.
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy. But I don't know, maybe I drunk, maybe I listen to it.
Flavio, is there any rap track that you ever didn't like?
One of the Amir.
Really?
No.
Keeping it real.
No, Italian rap a lot of. Like, yeah.
That's
A group named Articolo 31
Yes.
is in Giovanotti is two kind of rapper, but rapper like yo, you know,
Yes,
like
stupid
yo,
thing.
they're being a character instead of being real.
It's a character.
and they can't rap
Okay.
Yeah.
good like American rap. So I listen Nas and I can listen Articolo 31, Italian Articolo 31.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That makes
Hard.
sense to me.
It's a hard question because when I'm young and Flavio young, we listen hip-hop music from the US and listen the best.
No, me?
Nas, Biggie, and it's hard for me to listen Italian rap.
Right.
So yeah.
No,
That's
for me,
honest.
no. I listen American rap, but also the posse rap. All political shit over Italy is the period called the posse. A lot of
Posse.
posse.
Okay.
There's a lot of band from Bologna, Rome, Milano, every city from Italy who talk about politics, who started from squat and talk about resistance,
Yeah, this is
immigration.
yeah, this is particular moment in Italy. Don't exist the real hip hop scene like now. Two things. One, commercial rap. But commercial rap in the early 90s
It's like pop.
it's like pop music. It's like pop music. It's mixed styles, dressed like a cowboy and rapping.
Right.
Okay?
Just doing what's popular.
Really, Giovanotti, La Mia Moto. I hate this album. I'm a children. I listen Giovanotti. This name, Giovanotti, is one of the first rapper in Italy. I listen Giovanotti and I go real in school, alle elementari. Come si dice scuola elementare? Elementary school. I'm a children. I listen Giovanotti. Mom, I want the album. I want the album of Giovanotti. In these months, Giovanotti changed style. Dressed like a cowboy. Really, La Mia Moto. The album, La Mia Moto. Sei come la mia moto. Different style with guitar. But the song I listened before is rap music. I buy the album and I go home and play this album I cry. Why? Change, you're cowboys. No, really. But in this period, the people change. Try to rap, try to sing, try to play guitar, sometimes. And two things, commercial rap and political rap. Only this. In the middle, me, my friends, don't have audience. It's a problem because when me and my friends go to the centro sociale, the name of centro
It's
sociale?
the squat.
Yeah, social centers.
Social center, but in Italy, social center is like squat.
Is not a state building. You occupy this one.
Occupy the building,
You can go to
make
sleep
parties,
and
sleep,
make.
yeah. But me and my friend go to the centro sociale, and the people don't want us because you dress like the American rapper.
You are
Nike.
imperialist.
You are imperialist.
That's incredible, eh?
You have the Nike shoes, and the Nike shoes, the children in Vietnam build this Nike.
Right.
Yeah, I go with the flip-flop, I don't know. Maybe with the flip-flop, enter, maybe. And in the social center, it's not possible for me, because I'm not a political rap. In the charts, in the mainstream, only stupid pop rap. And me and my friends build an underground scene for us. For us, by us. Really.
For us by us.
Yeah,
Yes.
for us, by us. And now the situation changed because we have a lot of struggles in the career, but now the situation changed. Now exists a real hip-hop scene in Italy. Mixed political, entertainment, but a lot of albums, a lot of artists in the charts, in the underground, like maybe the US or France or Germany, but in the early 90s it's different.
Right.
A lot of struggle, yeah.
Let me ask you this. How does it go from you're writing raps, you're doing shows, how does it turn into a
Yes.
book and a US tour?
Yeah.
How does that
US
happen?
tour, yeah. I don't know.
Whose idea was
Well,
it?
I'm in the United States.
Yeah.
No. Really. I talk about my life in every song. In all my careers, in all my albums, a piece of my life. In every song, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I tell a short story. I think this books is the collection of all the songs, and the style is different. Because when you have 3 minutes and a half or 4, you sintetizzare, come si dice?
You synthesize,
Synthesize. You synthesize
summarize.
like when you write on Twitter, right?
And
Yeah.
yeah, capsize it,
Capsize
make it
it.
smaller.
With metaphors. This is rap.
Right.
And in the book, it's different. In the book, I write a lot. But in the past, in all my life, I write songs, and sometimes I write memories. I write memories on paper and close nel cassetto, non mi ricordo mai, closet, no? Cassetto? Drawer. I close in the drawer. Sometimes, memories, think, write about the situation of the society, and when this editor, this is a important editor in Italy, Chiare Lettere, proposed me this, I have 39 years. I think now I'm ready, I'm a man,
Right.
but when I'm a kid, when I have 22 years, 23 years, sometimes other editors call me.
Right.
But I not feel ready
Right.
because I'm young. I want to live my life. I don't travel the world. Now I'm ready.
Right.
And this is my life, really. This book brief for me.
Ooh.
Really.
I feel you.
Yeah.